complete this actual spout here that I have, and we can see exactly what we've gathered just by extruding this out and just by taking a look at it of what kind of a faucet we have. Alright, and there we go. This looks a little bit too big, so what we could do with this, we could actually go ahead and choose these points and just kind of stretch it inwards a little bit. So I'll go to do just that, and I'll select my points, and I'll just select these four up here. I'll go to modify, stretch, and I'll go ahead and just kind of stretch them from the center here inward. Alright, and we can see exactly what we get. Alright. And if we want, we could actually move this up a little bit. And I'll just widen it if we want to. And I'll just kind of Control Z to get where we were before. Of course, we can move this up as well. Okay, and if we take a look here, I think I'll go ahead and do that. I'll go to my right viewport and I'll just kind of move it up like so. Alright, about halfway. Now if we take a look, alright, we have our faucet. Now what I want to do, I want to go ahead and create where the actual area where my water is going to fall out of. And that's going to be easily done by creating a simple disk. So I'm going to go to Primitives, and I'll select my disk tool. And I'll start from right about the center here, the top portion. I'll click and drag a simple little spout here, and I'll just kind of drop that down. Now if we take a look, there we go. We've gone ahead and created that. And I'll just make this a little bit bigger. I'll modify, move it upwards. Also, I may want to rotate this a little bit to put it more at an angle. And alright, I think we're pretty good right there. And if we take a look, there we go. We have our faucet. Kind of looks like more of a kitchen sink faucet, but that's okay. Gets the job done. Now I'll go to File, Save Object As, and I'll call this the sink, and I'll call this spout instead of faucet. I'll save this. Alright, and now we can see that essentially what I can do here is bring it in. So how can I bring it in? Well, I could select all these layers. I could Control C, go to my sink bowl, go to another different layer, Control V, it's going to put it in the center here. Now I could move this in the right direction over here, and I could just kind of rotate it. Okay, make sure it's -90. Alright. Okay, I can move up a little bit, and I could just move it directly over the center. And if I take a look here, zoom in, we might want to go ahead and make this a little bit bigger. So I'm going to scroll this up. I'll go to size, look at my numerics, and of course I want to make this a little bit bigger, so I'll select, let's say 150%, and I'll apply it. And uh-oh, that actually dropped it down a little bit. And I'll just kind of click and drag like so. Let me zoom out here, and I think that looks pretty much appropriate for a sink. And I'll just kind of move it over. Alright, and there we go. We've gone ahead and created pretty much our sink so far. Of course, we would want to go ahead and make sure that those surfaces are applied as well before we even do that. But if we have our own little files and our own little layers, then that works out just fine now, doesn't it? Alright. And there we go. We have pretty much some of our sink done. All we need is the actual faucets for the hot water and the cold water.